What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Pliyo and today I want to discuss with you all everything that we have learned so far on day one of Guild PvP. I'm loving this part of the game, but let me tell you. So this is the attacker zone, this is what we're going to see as attackers, and this is what we see as defenders, right? So they are going to be coming from these spots all the way up here, right? So naturally, we can start thinking that if they don't pass through these blue dots, then that's it. They are not gonna be able to make it farther, right? So then they will then win many points, right? So strategy number one that I would suggest is place your strongest people or one of the strongest people that you have in your union at the early game so that they cannot go through, right? And then also plan the modules so that you're fully set for your proper defense. We are gonna need to be farming so much speed. Now, on top of farming so much speed, which is something that we're gonna need to do, we need to start building 15 units. Why is that? And it's because every time that we send an attack, I'm gonna share an attack with you all. Every time that we share an attack, we cannot repeat units. So for example, I'm bringing here my Kraken, full speed Kraken, to freeze them so that they don't have a chance to play, because dieting is very scary, Lily is very scary, and still they have a unit, they have this machine healing them, 3000 healing, right? So you need to prepare for those situations because you never know. You know what you're gonna expect on the first row, but you never know what you're going to expect on the second row, right? So this is a key element of the game. So I think every unit, every team, every union needs to start finding scouts. Who is going to be the people that is going to be opening the floor, right? If you send the biggest Kraken, Giga Chat Whale, here, maybe you're wasting units. Now, there is a trick that we can do. If you go into garrison details, you can see who is placed everywhere, so you can see their levels, and sometimes you can also see their profiles, which makes me think now maybe is a good time to start hiding our profiles. It depends on how you want to play the IQ game, etc. Right. If we come here, we can see that in the integrated train station, we have Fredella and Temples. We know who is the person here, and they even place their units, so we might find another Lily, we might find Freya. It comes the intelligence wars comes into play, so we know who is here, and we know some of the units because it's very early stages. People are still with their profiles open. We are just playing for fun, etc. But if you are sweating, you need to start thinking about this. So on top of this, as I was saying, every time that you send 3 units, then you cannot reuse them. And because of that, we need not only 15 units, we need 5 different teams of 3 people that make sense. What is a team that makes sense? Something that you combine roles to the point that you get the most out of every unit. For example, I think this is a really good team. Lily, Dieting, and Dina. This is a really good team. It will be a bad team if you mix Messiah, Dieting, and Holden. I don't think that's a team that you're getting the most out of those 3 units. You are better off splitting them into 3 different teams. So these are the things that we need to start thinking in the Guild PvP. Then you can also see that, as I was saying, every place has AI that will help healing, but here, for example, it's a different. It's defending gains counterattack, right? So depending on the stage, you have different properties. For example, here is 20% attack and defense plus healing, etc., and purify the debuffs. So you need to be planning against those things, right? So plenty of strategies to consider. So far, the good thing is that as soon as you win a fight, you get the reward, which maybe is 10 stamina. It's something, it's fun, it's really good fun. And then you can see, so you can learn from your mistakes because you can see the fail attempts and you can learn from that. So for example, if we go into my team, we can see who is winning. So Ghost win, well done Ghost. We can see the failures as well. So naturally, at some point we're gonna fail, and at some point we're gonna win. We cannot control this. It's AI, right? But yeah, it's also interesting that when you see these funny letters, Japanese, I guess, it's because the AI is placing random units. So then, for example, here is AI placing some random units. So it's a random formation. You cannot do anything about that. Sometimes the union might not be fully filled because once we started with the guild PvP, people cannot join midway through. So that's something that we need to plan in advance to make sure that people are ready. I think if your union is competitive, everybody needs to be in Discord, chatting, discussing ideas. Probably we need an Excel to like understand who is the strongest or stronger at what. Is it like maybe the fastest, maybe the more defensive team composition? Because like units like Lily, Mio are gonna be really important, but not only that, like Holden, Hoyan, CC units like Kazuyo, Marvel, Kraken, we need to start building more and more teams that can combine well with each other. And then the IQ game never stops, right? Because once you start attacking, as I was saying, maybe they place here a bait. And maybe after that, there is like a super strong unit. You never know. I mean, you can start guessing thanks to this trick, but you don't really know, right? So yeah, the good thing is that you can learn from your mistakes, right? So for example, here, we can see who is attacking, and on the failures we can replay to understand, okay, why did we fail? What are the things that maybe you can put it in 2x, maybe you can put it in 1x. So for example, here with Masia and Bellantine, Bellantine is on the ally team. Here with Freya can buff the speed, then Masia can come and then swipe the floor. So you need to bring some CC units. But the thing is, like, maybe we don't even have CC units. Yeah, so this thing that happened here happened to me as well. Like, I also died because I didn't have any more CCs that were built. So yeah, so those are the things that we're gonna need to be thinking. And this is it for today. I made another video about guild PvP, which I deleted. So if you saw it and you commented, thanks a lot for doing that. I really appreciate any comments. So let's continue discussing what are the things that you're learning, what are the units that you're finding the most useful, so that we can continue learning from each other. My name is Pliyo, and I love covering Etheria Restart content. So if this is your gig, consider throwing a like and subscribe to the channel. I would deeply appreciate that. Until the next time, cheerios! Bye-bye.